is a magical operation of maximum importance. The initiation of a new aeon. When it becomes necessary to utter a word, the whole planet must be bathed in blood.
Ah, yes. Welcome to Deadhaus Whispers.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Calypso, and thank you for joining into Deadhaus Whispers. We are streaming on Twitch currently, and we are also streaming on YouTube. We should be, and as usual, I am joined, as always, by my partner, Faceless Mike.
Greetings, hello, and welcome.
And how are you doing today, Mike?
Not too bad, not too bad. It's been a week. It's been a week, I'll tell you. And I'm just setting up our back end here.
Yes.
And getting all that set up, and we'll see who else is in our chat. Oh, we've already got Wyvern Tamer in here. Hello.
Good. Hello, everyone. And while you're setting that up, don't forget, everybody, to go ahead and follow us on all the social medias. But most importantly, Deadhaus Sonata. You can find Deadhaus Sonata at deadhaussonata.com. On Twitter at Deadhaus Game, on Instagram at Deadhaus Game, I think also. And basically all the socials, also the Discord. Feel free to jump into the community and be a part of the Discord, be a part of the forums, and all that good social media networking. it'll be a joy.
All the fun stuff. Speaking of fun social media stuff and all the merchandise they have over at deadhaussonata.com, I've got a new display coming.
And it's very windy. Oh, wow. I am outside. It's very windy. I'm blowing away.
I've got a new display showing up soon.
Ah, nice. What's the display that you ordered?
To continue with my tarot card addiction. So I've already got Exsanguinate and I've Mist Form on the way. Mm-hmm. And I'll be running out of wall space soon. But I will collect all those tarot cards, I tell you.
Yes. I can't wait for like the physical, actual physical packs of the tarot cards. That'll be cool. Lurking mid D&D. Oh yes, those ones. Yes, exactly those ones.
Well, not exactly these. It's just
yes. That's a really cool mock-up. I like that.
That's just something I give out to people for fun to promote Deadhaus, which I still have to send some to yourself. That's Tarek, actually.
Yes.
I promise, Tarek.
I have a friend who makes tarot cards on the side on a business. They have an Etsy or whatever for it. But no, I love that. I love the side note, guys. Really quickly, feel free to check out Etsy and just Google tarot cards on Etsy. You'll find a bunch of custom made ones that are like traditional medieval tarot cards. They also have like Lovecraftian, like Cthulhu tarot cards, and it's the basic tarot lineup, but it's just all these different iterations of it. And that's what I like about tarot, is that you could literally have walls of just the same tarot cards, but all by different artists. It's great. There's one that I think specifically is meant to look like the Yellow Book, which was an old book from the medieval ages, and it is like a self-help book or something called the Yellow Book, and it's got just a very stark black and yellow color scheme, and it's very cool. I've
been horribly distracted lately because I discovered on Instagram there's someone who's like kickstarting or doing some type of fundraising thing. They're making a tarot deck based on Elden Ring.
Oh, that's cool.
That looks really cool. I'm like, hey, they're stealing our idea.
That's really cool. I like the Elden Ring.
It's a really cool bit. I'm looking forward to it whenever the Deadhaus ones come out. Speaking of Deadhaus, who managed to get to watch the stream the other week?
I mean, I watched it personally. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody in here watched it, right?
I still never got to see it.
It was you and Colden gaming, right?
Yes.
That was
trying out the latest build, and Mike slowly coming to terms with how telekinesis works, because my psychic powers fail me at times.
Yes, I wish all psychic powers. I've been rewatching Stranger Things. Have you watched Stranger Things, Mike?
I'm going to be honest. I got like 4 episodes in and ducked out. I might have to revisit it though.
Dude, you got it. It's a slow burn. It's a very slow burn, but gets like 5 or 6 episodes in, and then it gets good, you know. But no, man, she's got telekinetic powers, and it's the coolest thing.
I'll trust you. You were right on the strain, so I'll trust you with this one.
Strain.
Calypso
Strain
told me before. I was like, dude, I watched the first episode or two, and it was crap. He's like, give it a bit, keep going.
Give it a bit. I don't know why television shows take like 5 or 6 episodes to get good now, but that's just how it is, I suppose. You're supposed to be good from the first episode.
We all get a bad habit of getting cancelled by season 3. So
that's true. I think The Strain probably should have been canceled by season 3, but that's another story. The Strain is a really good vampire show, guys. This first season is fantastic. Great first season. Second season is okay. Third season is just garbage. I didn't like it at all. And then I think there's 4 seasons, maybe there's only 3 seasons. I can't remember, but yeah, The Strain, great first season. Probably should have cut it off there.
I have not been able to play the latest update on the demo, been too busy with Terraria Calamity. Really hard, but awesome. I can understand that. And then I got sickened when I found out how much time Temujin has been putting into the demo. And I need to up my numbers. I need to up my game.
Yeah.
Big time. And it's like Nazi vampires, what's not to like? Exactly. Yeah. It all has to come back to Nazis for some reason. It's Hellboy.
Always.
The Strain, it's the whole
it's like the purest form of evil, right? So why not, turn Nazis into
whenever I
villain?
see that, I just keep thinking of, what was it, that comedy show with the 2 English blokes? Oh, what was it called again?
Blackadder?
No, not Blackadder. It was the one with it's because these 2 guys have been in like so many things. I can't remember the name of that particular show, but they're both dressed as Nazis. And he's like, Hans, are we the baddies? I mean, it is like Nazis are guilt-free villains to kill. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. That's the easiest way to go. Although I'm curious as to how we're going to be dealing with that in Deadhaus. Little Britain. No, not Little Britain. That Mitchell and Webb look. That's the one. Thank you very much, Mert. Yes, that was it. That Mitchell and Webb look.
I gotta look into that.
Like 2 or 3 different shows, you see, but it's the same 2 guys. And I think they like switch networks or something. So like it's just a sketch comedy. Think like a more modern version of like Monty Python, that kind of level of humor, Only not half as good. No one touched Monty Python in my books, but that's a bit old school,
Monty Python is legendary.
Are we the baddies? Yeah, that's it.
The clip is called "Are We the Baddies?" Oh.
You'll be able to YouTube that. Only communists are more free to do them, not being people, but property of the state, and you can't kill property. We need to be careful. We're skating close to line.
Yeah.
We're skating very close to Twitch TOS there.
We can.
I would say we're getting demonetized on YouTube, but I'm fairly certain we're not anyway.
I don't know. Probably not. I will say final topic on the big red bad guys. They had really good fashion sense. Did you know that their clothes were designed by Hugo Boss?
Gives a whole new meaning about get the boss look, huh?
Yeah, like seriously. Like a boss. I didn't know this. I did not know this until someone like mentioned it or something. I was watching a stream or whatever, and someone was like, "Yeah, the Nazis' clothes were designed by Hugo Boss, world famous fashion designer." I'm like, seriously, is that why they're so stylish? Like they're evil, but they dress so well.
Wait a minute, there was a South African version of What We Do in the Shadows.
Seriously?
I know there was an Australian /New Zealand, like, because
What We Do in the Shadows is so good.
Taika Waititi, like, but
yeah,
I didn't know if there's a South African one.
I've known that fact for at least a few years. Yeah, I did not know that. What We Do in the Shadows is such a good show and a great movie. It's the movie. Matt Berry is fantastic.
Yeah, that's the original one is Australian. Yeah. I didn't know there was a South African. You need to send me that. Yeah, I need to see that because that needs to keep going. Like the What We Do in the Shadows could have been branched out, and there could have been like different countries versions because they're all different characters in different places, which would be fantastic. Like that comedy, it could write itself and expand out to just the cultural faux pas of each place and people being displaced from like different countries and stuff. Like I loved in the old Australian one is like where your man like he actually went to, or what? No, I think it was the American TV show where your man actually came to the New World.
Yes.
I follow your one, and your one's like 90 years old now.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's so good, man. It's so good. I'm watching season 3 now.
Waiting for the Scottish one. Oh.
Waiting for the Scottish one. Oh, I would love that. I would love a Scottish What We Do in the Shadows.
See, it works well.
You guys can go out in the daylight just because it's cloudy and crap all the time.
Yeah, that's why it works great in Ireland and Scotland, because like where they do in that Twilight crap where they're like, oh, it's in Washington because it's always dark and overcast. It's like, welcome to Ireland, England, Scotland, Wales, Greenland, and Iceland.
Yeah,
it's always dark. Even when it's sunny, it's dark.
Yeah, I would love a 30 Days of Night TV series, but it's comedy instead, and it's just What We Do in the Shadows, but it's 30 Days of Night because it's Alaska. It's dark for a month.
Weird.
I am. Hey guys, yeah, exactly, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna actually submit something to the World Anvil community thing for Deadhaus, and it's just gonna be a really dark comedy of What We Do in the Shadows parody for Deadhaus Sonata.
Dude, I want to see like. I know a lot of people mightn't be familiar with it, but one of Terry Pratchett's books and the series is like based on the Guards, the Watch, and all like that. But there's like guards, and the Watch and stuff. Mm-hmm. Only with sentinels of the Thasian Empire, like the guards, the city guards, and all that. That, because it adds an extra element of like all this stuff goes wrong, plus the dead are trying to destroy it. Like it just adds so much like extra layers of comedy to the idea. It's like there's all the standard foibles that go wrong in magical, mythical, high fantasy stuff, and then the dead just roll through too. Randomly, for reasons we don't quite understand, ghouls just keep showing up out of nowhere. And there was a banshee last week.
The opening could be an homage to the Monty Python and the Holy Grail, the ding ding.
Oh, if I get my way, there will be a Monty Python reference somewhere.
Oh, definitely.
In Deadhaus. I will be pushing for that big time.
I'm waiting for three liches to be dressed up like the Spanish Inquisition.
Nobody inspects. What would it be then? So with the makeup of Deadhaus, we've got the Hand, we've got the Noblesse, we've got the Shambling Horde.
You could quite literally have just an Inquisition in Deadhaus, right? And then just there you go.
Oh, it'd be hilarious. Speaking on that, while we're talking about that level of comedy, since you've all seen what way the demo has been shaping up and all like that, what would you like to see coming up into the future in it itself? Yeah, because like we can't talk much about our actual playthroughs of it, Calypso, because like as you know, some of us here in the chat. By the way, if anyone hasn't played the demo and would actually like to get access to the demo, all you need to do is have a supporters pack of any kind, whether it's a founders pack from back in the day or pick up a supporters pack now. Show up to the stream at the end of the month and type in the chat whenever I say so. That's all you need to do. Yep. It'll probably be something simple because Dennis said it before, where you just type one in the chat. Last time I think it was type 333. Might be 666.
Yes, it was. The cheapest,
and you're in. I can promise you.
The cheapest supporters pack, guys, is $30. $30 is the price of a literal regular game on PC. It's the price of a normal indie game on PC. Not this chat. You buy food for $30. Like, guys, if you have yet to support Deadhaus Sonata and you guys want access,
where I live, that's pretty much a pizza and some chicken.
Yeah, exactly. I literally spent $30. I spent $30 yesterday on dinner, and I was crying myself to sleep because I spent $30 on dinner. But yeah, like $30 is not a one-time fee of $30, or a one-time fee of $50, or a one-time fee of $125. If you guys really want to shell out for the Ashen Ring pack.
By the way, you didn't hear it from me. It might be worth your while grabbing the Ashen Ring pack.
Yes, I kind of want to grab the Ashen Ring pack for myself.
Just as a thing.
Just as a thing, yeah. What does that actually include here? 120/50 platinum, access to the first and the second age, the Ashen Ring Forum badge, which if you guys are achievement hunters, you will want that badge anyway. A Harbinger Forum badge, another badge. Ashen Ring Discord role, which is cool. Digital art book and soundtrack. Who doesn't like soundtracks?
I think it is.
The Ashen Ring armor set and the sigil brand, all that stuff. It sounds super. Oh, and the standing bell. That's right. I forgot about the bell.
The bell. Rev, I think that is the one you have. Let me double check here.
And while Mike is doing that, if I want to refresh myself on the stream while we do everything live, I'm terrible at this thing, guys.
Yes, it is, Rev. Yes.
Okay, cool. It is.
Handy bits of having the tools with the Discord access for the Deadhaus stuff just off screen.
Oh yeah, that's right. I completely forgot. There was a new community submission thing that came out. The Banshee one. I have yet to listen to it, but it sounds really cool.
I'm
Threads
in that.
of Fate. You're in that?
Unintentionally, I got roped into it. Y'all got to listen to that. You get to hear me acting.
That's the second time we hear you acting, right?
Yes.
Yes. Good.
Acting, pretending like I can have skills and talents. I keep forgetting I'm in some of these because I didn't intend to be in these because we wanted to let more of the community members at it, but some people bailed out because of like various commitments and stuff like that and time work. So it's like, Mike, read these lines. Like, uh-oh.
quick, just pretend like you don't even have to say them seriously. Just read them.
I did. I give it 110%. I am characterized as Guy. I am Guy.
Guy is my favorite character.
Random dude that gets killed, I think. Hey, it's my favorite part to play in horror movies. My favorite thing to do in horror movies is be Guy who gets killed.
Yeah, that's great.
It's way more fun. No one wants to be the survivor. Nothing ever interesting happens. You're just running.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you get to play with all the special effects.
You're gonna die in the last few minutes before the credits roll anyway, like with that jump scare or whatever.
Or in the post-credit scene. Friday the 13th was one of the first to do that.
Yes.
Marvel gets all the credit these days, but
man.
Shout out to my boy Ari.
I feel for Marvel movies, instead of having us wait half an hour for the credits to actually end, they just please show us right after the movie ends, a little post-credit scene, Yeah,
even if it's just like 1 minute into the credits. I've been conditioned now that every time a movie ends, I must sit and wait till the end of the credits because I have trust issues now.
Yep.
Because recently,
thanks, Marvel.
Me and my son and my partner went to see Sonic 2.
Sonic 2 was fantastic.
And yes, it has a post-credit scene, for anyone wondering. Because of course it does. Although, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but they jumped the shark here a little. They went a little bit too far ahead. Like we could. What
did you think of it, Sonic? I love Sonic 2. No spoilers.
Oh, I really enjoyed it. I don't know how, but they somehow managed to take Sonic 2 and Sonic 3, the video game, and make them into a movie.
Yes,
that makes sense. Bit too much human interaction for it though. Like there was bits and it's like really.
Yeah, like I felt. We have
to skip through this and get back to the little blue hedgehog.
I feel that was the problem with the first movie. It's like, oh, how do we make a guy who's the fastest thing on a little hedgehog who's the fastest thing on the world? How do we make that into a movie? Well, you make it a road trip movie and you just shove him in a car. You know what I mean? Like,
don't forget, fastest thing alive.
I love Sonic 2 though. I loved it. My adult geeky self was freaking out during that movie. It was great.
Dude, I was sitting there and I couldn't believe that like nearly 30 years later, like this was my childhood, and
right?
30 years later, I'm sitting watching this movie in the cinema. It was the same feeling I had going watching the first, and I was like, "This doesn't seem real. This seems somewhat surreal in this bizarre way, and not in the bad way. The bad way when I watched the old Super Mario Brothers. So I remember, I'm old enough to remember when that came out. We were all really excited, and we were also young and stupid enough to not realize how bad it was at the time.
I was thinking about that movie literally the other day while I was at work, and I was like, wait. Why are they called the Super Mario Brothers? I'm like, oh yeah, because Mario, and Luigi Mario.
Yeah.
This is all to clue you guys in that there will be a Mario Deadhaus crossover and a Sonic Deadhaus crossover, guys.
Hey, never say never. Dennis does know people at Nintendo.
No, that's true. That is true. Guys, Deadhaus is going to be switched. No longer it's going to be on PC or modern day consoles. We're just going back to the GameCube. It'll be a GameCube exclusive release. Yes, Who Framed Roger Rabbit is so good.
Reb, that's probably worth money. If you have like that on VHS, that's probably worth money on the collector's level.
Oh, definitely.
Because it's become one of those weird cult classic things, because it's actually kind of difficult to find and get your hands on.
Yeah. And if you have the really short-lived Roger Rabbit cartoon show on VHS.
Deadhaus for Smash Bros.
I would love it.
for Smash Bros. Confirmed.
Yes. Right up there. I would dig it. What would his moves be though for Smash Bros? What would Zoran's moves be?
Oh, there's got to be some type of weird exsanguinate, but that's going to get wrecked out in Nintendo straight away. You're not getting telekinesis.
Yeah, telekinesis. God. Okay, so if you guys didn't watch the last gameplay demo, telekinesis is in the last gameplay demo, right? I'm looking at it right now.
Yes.
So and they throw telekinesis in there. It's the coolest thing. Like it's the just and then they just go flying. Now, like you guys got to watch the last demo.
Think how that's going to evolve, because the way the demo's running at the minute, you're just using your base tarot cards. Each of those tarot cards are going to have nodes as their own skill tree. Yes,
and it will become stronger and cooler, and
you'll be able to do different things and all. And speaking of which, while we're on the comedy side of that, I seen we actually had someone, shout out to Dizzy Spot from the Deadhaus Discord, do fan art, comic fan art for Deadhaus. Did you see that?
Oh, I did not see that, but I am checking right now. Let me go to the fan art page. Fan art. There is a comic strip I see. Oh, Dizzy.
Yeah. It's actually, like, I was shocked. That was the first one. Trusty old Deadhaus bot. Oh, are we only getting the shout out now?
Are we?
Yeah. That's okay. That bot doesn't like me. That bot will put everyone else live, like when they're live after about 5 minutes, except me, which is usually half an hour to an hour later.
That bot has a thing against you.
Yeah, me and Varric. It doesn't like me or Varric for some reason.
Oh, this is great little art. I like this. Way to go, Dizzy.
You, right? Shout out to Dizzy in the Discord, man. That is really awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing more and more of that, because the community's growing a lot lately now with more of the gameplay coming out, because a lot of people were naysaying for a long time because nothing could be public, but now that everything's public,
Negative 15 minutes. Oh, negative 15 minutes for Wyvern Tamer for the...
That's impressive. That's probably a new record. That's probably a new record for us. It's normally about half an hour to an hour.
Oh, totally. Oh, hey, guys, the stream is over. But, hey, you can watch it now because the stream just ended. Thanks. Thanks, bot. Thanks.
Now, what was the other bits of the updates you want to talk about, Calypso? Because I know there was one or two.
This surprised me. Let me actually find it. It was dropped on my I was on Facebook when this dropped. And just to make sure, Banshees, not that one. Nope. Stream starting soon. Live now. Nope. Deadhaus, not another thing. Okay, here we go. Apocalypse Studios defines a new approach to narrative in Deadhaus Sonata, and this was actually dropped on the Unity blog. On the Unity blog, on the Get Started tab, if you guys go to blog.unity.com, there is a Deadhaus Sonata thing. The creators of Eternal Darkness are on a mission to bring single-player storytelling to the multiplayer genre with their upcoming ARPG, embracing a future in the cloud. Veteran game developer Dennis Dyack is known for founding Silicon Knights, studios behind Dark Story, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, Blood Omen, Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, Eternal Darkness, And Paul also is coming back, I suppose. And Ryan is coming back. Anyways, AAA veterans.
I love how you skipped over Paul's last name.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Paul. I'm sorry if you watch this. I don't want to butcher your last name.
We're going to get Paul on here just to specifically say his last name.
Please say your last name. So the long story of me prattling on about this is that Deadhaus Sonata. Today, the studio is ready to announce that they've chosen Unity to power their upcoming debut, and they're planning on leveraging the HDRP or high definition render pipeline for Unity for Deadhaus Sonata. So we have gone through another engine swap. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
And it is now being developed in Unity, and I could not tell the difference between whatever Lumberyard or O3D was to now Unity. There's physically no difference whatsoever.
Just to iterate on that, O3D is actually a great engine, but the problem is it still needs a bit of time and work and development as it's such a new product, and it wasn't up to the standard where Deadhaus would have been able to be completed and be public as soon as the studio would have liked to have been. Fully still support O3D. It is a great engine. It will be fantastic. And especially if you're starting out learning to program and code in an engine, O3D is great because it is free. And it is something for you to use, and it is open source. The thing is, it still needs a bit more work. It needs a bit more time in the oven, so to speak, to get some of the things done. And in order to get Deadhaus out as quick as everyone would expect it and like it to be, Unity offers so many options and so much potential and all like that, because a lot of people overlook how amazingly utilitarian Unity is. Like, people think of Unity, they think of like Metroidvanias, they think of like small 2D games and phone games, but keep in mind, Beat Saber is built in Unity. Like, yes. A lot of people like think it's just that's a VR game, and if you look at it from a game development standpoint, that is very graphically intensive and technical.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
to run VR properly, you need a $2,000 quadrillion computer to run VR properly. But no,
you can't even get those anymore thanks to the chip shortage.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, guys. But I believe GPUs are actually back down to almost MSRP, so it might be possible to buy a new GPU. You say Unity. I think of The Long Dark. I'm pretty sure that uses Unity. Yes, I believe The Long Dark does use Unity. The Long Dark is a great game.
Yes, it does.
Me and Sailor were talking about The Long Dark the other day, and how I love survival games, and I love the look of The Long Dark, and I love the little story around The Long Dark, but I'm not super into survival games as much as Sailor is, but it looks so gorgeous. I kind of want to jump into it anyway and play it. It's just the micromanaging of survivor games kind of bugs me. But Unity as an engine, ironically enough, is pretty great and easy to use. I literally jumped on Unity for my own game developer purposes like last week or a couple of weeks ago. And it's going from Unity to Unreal Engine 4 is like apples and oranges with game engines. Unity, the moment you boot up Unity, if you've never used a game engine before, you'll know where everything is, because everything is incredibly simplified, I want to say, and that the text is easy to read. You have your panels that are distinctly like there. Everything looks,
it's very user
super
friendly.
Easy. It's very user friendly. Yes,
it's user friendly, but it can be as complicated as you want to make it if you want to get to that level.
There is no, and I think we're at that point where game engines, as a like it doesn't matter, Unreal 4, Unity, like indie game engines that all these other indie developers are developing.
Fairly certain Unity's after getting a big update there recently as well.
Yeah, they are getting a giant update. The thing is like, it's not the game engine that you use anymore, because we're beyond that point of can it look modern or can it look like really pretty, because all game engines can do that now. We're at that point where photosensitivity or photorealism, uncanny valley is possible with any engine. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's not a thing
it's
anymore.
It's literally just the power behind the user, whoever's using it.
Yep.
Like, while I believe that Unreal 5 has some total groundbreaking things that they're doing with like their nanotech and stuff like that, Unity is just like it used to be like this for the scale of game engines. Now it's equal. It's literally whatever the user decides to do.
I always find them funny, right? Because like you've got all of these things, let's say in Unreal 5 and in all these other engines. It's like, oh, it can do this and it can do that. That's fantastic. But it all comes down to what the actual person making the game comes out
doing.
With.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you can have games, heck, most of the games I like are not graphically intensive at all, but they just play really, really well. You know, it's got to do with that. I'm actually more a fan of like unique art style. I don't like photorealism because anything that's photorealistic, after about 4 or 5 years, it looks crap.
Oh yeah, no, it's going to age itself completely.
Yeah,
like art style goes a long way. I was thinking about this the other day too. Like if you go back and like now we're literally at that age where retro games are back in vogue, and you know, it's a art style now to have that retro look from like Quake or Soul Reaver back in the day, like old PlayStation 1 look. You know, like that's new now. That's new again.
Plug a game on your YouTube channel with it was like a Quake looking thing.
Yes, Gloomwood. I want to say Gloomwood.
Was it Gloomwood?
Gloomwood?
Yeah. I thought that looked really cool. I like the idea that these guys are bringing this stuff forward.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's really cool that like that old retro style is back, and like I could like. That's the thing with Deadhaus. Like, I like the art style for Deadhaus. It's not realistic and it's not overly cartoony either, but it's stylized.
I think Dennis would call it somewhere between gothic and grimdark.
Yeah, gothic and grimdark. Yeah, that's good. Like, but it's stylized. And when 10 years from now, when people look, oh, this game came out in 20 whatever, in 10 years they're gonna be like, wow, this looks really good, because a good art style can carry you a million miles, you know.
You want to read that out there? That's a great example.
I beat a difficult boss in Dragon Fable just now. That's a Flash game. Doesn't give me the best graphics. Give me the best in gameplay. Yes, gameplay goes a long way also. There's a reason Doom from 30 years ago is still a classic, because it has great gameplay. You know, there's a reason people still go back and play Blood Omen 1. There's a reason people still go back and play Soul Reaver and Soul Reaver 2. And like all the old Legacy King games, is because the gameplay outshines the visual fidelity in the graphics. And even I would argue that like even those games still look good today. Like,
I'm thinking now with that whole little change in ownership, and when we seen Blood Omen come up on GOG.com, can I get a copy of Blood Omen on my Switch, please?
Yeah. Yes, please. Oh, yes. Blood Omen is now available on GOG.com. You can buy it. It's $6. It's $7.
Legend, Reb. Absolute legend. My 9-year-old plays my original Doom game. Exactly.
Yes. That's how it should be. Raising him right.
Yes. But that's the way they go. Like, I'm liking the fact that a lot of people are doing that, because whenever you pointed up a video a while ago about the guys that redone Blood.
Yes.
Like, I love that art style. I love that art style. It's a very unique, cheesy kind of 90s art style. So when you think about it, you think of Doom, you think of Duke Nukem 3D, you're thinking Blood, like that whole kind of cartoon, but mildly pixelated. You know, there's something about that speaks to me. I just love that kind of art style.
Yeah, no, me too. I love hands. I love the hands in like old first person shooters, because you can clearly tell that they just took a picture of their hands and then just shrunk it down to pixel size.
I love it too, where you get like the hair on the back of the hand.
Yep.
It's like,
first person mode right here. It's great. It's so good.
And the cool little bit of graphics. I remember thinking about it at the time, like years ago, like this would come out. We're like, oh my God, because the hands move ever so slightly when they're walking.
Yeah. No, it's great. No, that's
it seems so trivial nowadays, but like
that's
my
amazing. Favorite. That's my favorite little animation. Is you have the gun and it's slowly just bobbing back and forth or whatever, bouncing up and down,
just to give people the sensation of movement as they're going back and forward, like, you know.
Yeah.
But even back then, like they were technically 2D games on a 3D plane, because they were done in a very strange, particular way. Like Romero and Carmack.
Yeah, like you falsify it or whatever.
So imagine what those guys of this generation, because we don't even know them yet. They're like kids coming out of school now. But those guys of this generation are going to come up with some insane stuff. And one of the greatest parts of that is, like you pointed out, with Unity and all, and again, plugging O3D. Back in the day, it was difficult to get your hands on a game engine or the ability to even use one with like powerful computers and stuff like that. You would have to get involved in like a really good university or like intern at a games company and hope that like someone lets you mess around with it, like, you know, when no one else is using the computer. Now you can download all of this stuff onto your home PC. Like there is almost no barrier to entry these days if you really want to do this.
I have 3 game engines installed on my computer right now. So it's easy as pie.
And you don't even have what would be considered like a top of the line PC.
No, I don't. I have mid-range, and I can run anything pretty smoothly, like which is I think the best part is like you can build an average PC for like $500, even cheaper if you go all used components, and download any game engine you want for free and start making games.
Legitimately as well. You don't even need to pirate them. Most of them, if you're one person using stuff at home, there is a licensed free version for anyone to download to get into. Because even the games companies want you to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Because they need more employees. Or you can even strive to be an indie developer. Like there are so many indie developers who struck gold and made it with their game, and now they're gangbusters.
Minecraft.
Minecraft. the guy who made Stardew Valley. The guy who made Stardew Valley, and my friend showed me this. You want to know how much money he made? In the like 2 years ago or last 2 years, Mike.
God.
He $1.4 million. Off of Stardew Valley, and it's one guy. It's just one guy doing Stardew Valley.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
I wonder how much that dude that made Five Nights at Freddy's made.
I mean, before or after he gave it all away to charity, let's say. He made a crap ton of money though. Yeah,
but did he? Was there some bad things about this I didn't hear?
Yes, he. Okay.
We'll glance over that. But with those indie studios, like with guys that are like 1-person, 2-person, 5-person teams, like they have come out with some amazing stuff.
Oh yeah, Hollow Knight's a studio of like 5 people. You know,
praised as one of the greatest Metroidvanias around at the moment.
Yes, and it's fantastic. There's so many games that like Google this. There's so many games that come out of Unity as an engine. Like Escape from Tarkov is a survival first-person shooter, and it's made in Unity. And I guarantee you would not know that because it looks fantastic.
Hollow Knight, Escape from Tarkov, City Skylines, Rust, Untitled Goose Game, Battlestar Galactica, Hearthstone, Fall Guys, Ultimate Knockout, Pray for the Gods, Ghost of a Tale, Subnautica, Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yep, just keeps going and going.
My friend Pedro, Escape Plan. There's a load of games that I don't know. Pillars of Eternity.
Yep.
Kerbal Space Program. Pokemon Go. Didn't know that was Unity. There's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
There is a lot. And speaking of which, that will also give a head into anyone that wants to get into any type of game development, even if you don't have any of the tech know-how, is with Deadhaus, you will be able to make your own. Ultimately, the plan is to have your own levels and stuff like that. So you can pretty much play DM. You can be the dungeon master to like set up levels and stuff like that for your friends. And
that's what I'm excited about for Deadhaus is all the
I've been mentally making
building content
in my head for a year now.
No, same. I want to. There's so many little things that I want to do when we actually get our hands on the tools to make levels or make content or mod Deadhaus or something. Like that'll be the thing I'm excited for. Like the most
in the near future. Then, right? We go beyond the demo. We go to release. Give me 5 things you want to see.
Official release?
Yeah. Like as in age one.
Well, okay, age one.
What are 5 things you'd love to see?
Okay, a very bare bones level editor. Not nothing too crazy. Just give me a very bare bones level editor with all the assets to make a level, and then have to be able to click a button to procedurally generate it. So once I lay it down once, I just click it in random places, something very bare bones like that. That's number one. Number two
go in the chat as well, by the way. Give me 5 things that you'd all like to see as well.
Yes, good idea.
Get in the chat. I want to read some of these out. Right.
So number one, very bare bones level editor for age 1. Mm-hmm. Number 2 is at least I would say all the playable classes, even if they're very rough around the edges for age 1, all the playable classes. Number 3 is, gosh, that's tough. Maybe some more customization options, like a good list of customization options or something for your crypt or your little house or whatever.
Oh, I thought you were talking about character.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, that too. That number 4. Okay, no, that's number 3. Customization for character and home, even if it's very bare bones and very limited.
I can see they're brilliant, I'd say.
Number 4 is at least 3 hairstyles. Yeah, for why I'm talking about like that.
Oh no,
number 4 would be. Oh man. A challenge mode for a dungeon raid.
Oh, kind of like a Tower of Darkness type thing where you just fight, like kind of like the combat arena, but you actually physically go into like different locations.
Yeah, something like that. Cool. That'd be cool. I guess
Tower of Darkness mode.
Tower of Darkness, yeah. Not the Dark Tower, but the Tower of Darkness.
Legally, we have to stay away from that one.
The Tower
Mr.
of
King
Darkness
might get a bit litigious.
And then number 5 is the combat arena that we have now, and just I guess all the characters. Ooh, wait, no. The combat arena, but I can customize it with my little custom level editor thing, and I can make user submitted challenges for the combat arena.
Oh, so customizable Tower of Darkness.
Yes, there. All that wrapped up into one. There. Yes, customizable Tower of Darkness.
It'd be really cool if in your crypt you had a door that led to the combat arena.
A door to darkness.
And you into the Tower of Darkness. And you could then customize and alter that. And then what you could do with that is you could invite your friends in to your crypt, and that you could run them to get them to go through your Tower of Darkness. And there could be some kind of reward you can set. And then even if you're not online, but you're on your friends list, they could do your Tower of Darkness. So let's say you put up like, let's just call it like 1,000 gold and a sword or something. Like you put like stash into the kitty, so to speak, that if anyone can get either beat it or beat like a particular parameter you set, like they must get past at least like 8 waves or something, that they will get that reward. And there would be some kind of scoreboard for that. Wouldn't that be kind of cool?
That'd be cool. I would like that.
5 rounds without losing bloodlust. Auto continues.
The wave.
One hit kills.
Only physical tarot cards. Yeah. How cool would that be? Like you have to go through the Tower of Darkness only in mist form. And you have to find a way to, wait. Environmental damage, environmental traps or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You can only go through the Tower of Darkness in mist form, and you have to kill people by using the environmental traps because you're trapped only in mist form.
But don't forget, in Cain in mist form it wasn't in Cain, but I do know that there were things in that later on. But in Symphony of the Night, there was a poison mist form.
Ooh, oh yeah. Ooh,
so like don't forget, there could be a poison mist form. There could be a steam form where the mist is actually boiling. There could be a blood mist form. I'm thinking of Scarlet Rot from Elden Ring now, but you get the idea. There's like all these different, there's a lot of potential. You can do damage in those forms. I just don't know what that would look like yet. But I'm assuming that you will be able to, like, the idea will be that damage can be done throughout all 3 realms. It's just how that damage takes place and what way that would look like, you know? One of the things that I really want to see is I want to see some type of beneficial or useful interactive social hub. Now, not just like your crypt where you like do missions from your crypt and all like that, but a social hub that you can go to where other players go to. Because this isn't an MMO. So like there won't be like hundreds of other players walking around like that. But having a particular area where when you go there, it's kind of like in Warframe where it sets up a server and multiple people can exist in the same place at each time, you know?
I like that. Yeah, that's give me that. And
Body
then
Snatcher missed form, and now your lungs are mine. I took your breath.
That's really cool. I like that idea. God, I was thinking I had something in my head with telekinesis, like a dumb little challenge. Like you just knock them have to knock them out of the arena or whatever with telekinesis, or like
non-lethal kills.
Yeah.
So you have to kill them without actually like causing them direct physical harm, indirect deaths.
Yeah.
You want to see it like they had it wasn't it in Soul Reaver where you could like knock guys with your telekinesis onto spikes on the wall and stuff
no,
like
I
that.
loved it. Yeah, exactly. Give me that, for Dead.
What about an interactive tutorial? I think that should be a base standard in every game now. I don't think there should be like tutorials. I don't think there should be anything. I think there should be a kind of intuitive tutorial. Like, I don't know how many people have tried it, but I think Warframe has possibly one of the best ones I've seen in more modern games.
Yeah. I'll be honest. The only thing I've ever played with Warframe is the first 20 minutes or so of the tutorial.
Have you played the recent ones where they've actually changed the whole start of the game?
I have not.
It's very interactive. It's a story. You're playing a level, but it also shows you what you're doing. Pacifist mode, no damage from your attacks. Beware of pits. Yeah. But Elden Ring has it's a slightly more blunt on the nose version because like you go to an area and a big pop-up shows up on the screen. I don't like that. I'd rather it hint at something, like something glows and a little pop-up of kind of hinting at, hey, over here, look at this. And then you see the challenge in front of you, guiding you that way to do it. It's like, this is a gun. Hey, look, that's a target.
Navi shows
that
up.
Kinda, hey, listen.
No, I would. Okay, I haven't played Elden Ring, but isn't there the thing in Elden Ring where there was a statistic, I guess, that they showed up where everybody skipped the tutorial because there was no waypoint towards the tutorial, and you just walk out of. You had like a flight of stairs, and then you had a giant pit, and that was the tutorial. But everybody said, "I don't want to. Let's just go up the stairs." So everybody skipped it.
Yep.
Like
I didn't. I knew because I knew exactly. So like you walk into an area, you open the door and you walk into a room, and laid out in front of you is this big stretch of land on the ground. And then in front of you, there's a glowy thing like a tree. It's actually a tiny baby Erd tree, and steps up to a door. And then to your right, there's a big hole in the ground, and there's a ghost dude sitting in a chair, like leaning over like this. And if you go over to the ghost dude, he's pointing down. So you're like, And then you look down, and it's like, I might die from here. This is a Souls game. Let's go for it. And jumped in, and I went through the tutorial. But apparently, loads of people missed that.
Oh, wow.
And if you miss that and you walk straight out, like if you've played Souls games before, you'll know exactly what to do. If you have not, you're in trouble. Mm-hmm. You are in trouble because a lot of these games teach you by doing. So the first guy insults you, but he doesn't attack you, and teaches you there are NPCs in the game. And then the next thing is a big giant dude on a horse covered in armor. And he is to teach you that not all conflict has to be resolved now. It's to teach you that it is okay to sneak around and avoid things. Mm-hmm. Like that's logic, but I've seen YouTube videos of complete idiots that go, why can't I beat this dude on a horse? It's because you're level 1. dude.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to be able to beat him now.
Unless you're that Elden Ring player who wears a bucket on his head or something.
Let me solo her.
Yes, let me solo her.
Absolute legend. I'm nearly like, I would actually go and buy it on PC and level my way through specifically to get to it, just to see that dude in person.
Yeah, no.
He's become an internet legend.
Yes, he has. And I think they even gave him his own statue in Elden Ring. Like, he's literally a legend in the game now. That's really cool.
But that just shows when people start to like crap all over the community. The community isn't that bad. There are really nice people. The community is how you treat it. If you come in with a toxic attitude, you're going to get toxicity back. If you come in nice and friendly, you will get that back. I have had no bad experiences with Elden Ring multiplayer, even with challenging, with getting invaded and stuff like that. The guys, like, I haven't even had anyone try to be nasty or cheap. They've all like legit tried to fight, except for... That's a shout out to Mert, who was in the chat there a little while ago. I don't know if he's still here. Him and myself and one of our friends, were colleagues, were playing it together, and some poor dude invaded us right before we were about to attack a boss, and the three of us were all high level. And this dude, he was so out of his league. Like, we were near finished the game. Like, it's bad choice. He got wellied because myself and Mert there were both running Unga Bunga builds. And our other friend was running a bleed build, which is so fantastically broken in the game. It's not funny. So, like, didn't stand a chance.
No, what is it? Oh, God, I was going to say something about tutorials.
Yeah.
Tutorials. Okay, I remember now. So the best tutorials in video games are obviously the ones that are interactive, that like teach you while playing. But what I don't like is that a lot of tutorials patronize you by giving you the text. I feel tutorials... I even think Dark Souls or whatever does this, where like there's a tutorial, but there's not a tutorial because there's no hand holding or something. With that said, Blood Dragon is still the best tutorial ever. No, no, Thief. One of my favorite games, obviously, is Thief: The Dark Project from way back in the day, right? The tutorial for that game is the first level of that game. Now, you have a very basic one where you can say play tutorial, and it'll go through... here's how you sneak, here's how you climb a rope, here's how you avoid enemies, here's how you do combat. And it frames it in the way that it's teaching you how to do these things while the narrative is you are learning from a society that does this. So it still keeps you in the character. But that's the real tutorial, is the first level. And by playing the first level with no hand holding whatsoever, you learn what sounds make what, how guards really sound when they're around the corner. You can lean against the door and hear against the door. Like to really get through that, you just got to play the game and learn on your own. And vice versa. I love Soul Reaver, but one of the negative things of Soul Reaver is the tutorial level. Yes, it does it very narrative driven, and it you know, in lore shows you, here's how you drink souls, here's how you move blocks, here's to avoid water, you have to do this, through all these great cutscenes that teach you all this crap. But when you replay those games, you have to go through that over and over and over again. So it gets really, it's like, I love Soul Reaver, but I hate the first 20 minutes because it's just the tutorial and I'm going through it a million times. But with Thief, the first level tutorial is just another level. So I feel like for Deadhaus, for instance, the tutorial shouldn't actually be a tutorial, just to make the first like area, give some narrative in there or whatever, but just have us play and have us figure it out on our own. You know what I mean? Have it be a Dark Souls like experience where you just play and you just figure it out on your own. And if you get really good at it, you know that this thing does this and that thing does that, and when to do this and when to do that. So it's like, when we replay Deadhaus or we want to go back and start a new character or something, we're not going through a tutorial. We're just going through the first level. I think that's good game design, personally, for me. That's
what I was going to ask you as you were going through that about Thief. I was like, how would this look for Deadhaus?
Yeah.
I would basically put exactly what you were saying, but I'd put it as like the origin story. So the first level for each like class should be kind of their origin in a way, or at least like the beginnings of them, like Cain, you know, waking up in the crypt type scenario. Have that as the instinctual tutorial where it kind of hints at stuff but doesn't outright tell you anything.
Yeah.
It just hints, like something gets illuminated on a wall. This is a lever. You can use levers, you know. It doesn't need to pull up a wall of text and all like that. Just have, you know, it highlighted. And I've seen some things in games, and I thought Elden Ring done this fantastically well. But apparently a lot of people didn't because they didn't pick up on it. That game guides you at the beginning very well about what directions you're supposed to go. To go like, go this way and then go that way and all. Now, I didn't realize I was following the cues until later on, and I watched other people playing the game, and it's like, oh, the game leads you down this direction and then sends you this direction. I didn't even think about that. I thought I was making these choices. That's good game design, where I think I'm doing something because I chose to do so, but it's actually the devs in an open world funneling you in a particular direction, but without making you even realize you're being pushed that way.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Yes, that's good game design. I didn't realize
sorry, go on, Calypso.
No, I was going to say I didn't realize until like towards the ending of Doom 2016 that the color green was where you were supposed to go. Because my brain
instinctually
picked it up, and that's good game design. And I agree with you, Rebecca, with like, but what if someone took a break and then came back to the game? How would they replay the tutorial? The trick with this is that how do you go back and you replay the tutorial without actually having a tutorial? Is because and you guys your minds are going to be blown. If you go back and you play a game that you haven't played for 3 months, the only thing you're really forgetting is the controls and like how to move around. But after about 5 minutes, it's like riding a bike and you already know everything. So if you have a really good first level that really hammers in all the mechanics and they do it in an organic way, that's the word I was looking for, organic. And they do it in an organic way. The only thing you'll have to remember when you jump back 3 months later is like, oh, how do I run? How do I shoot? How do I do this or whatever? And by, you know, just messing around for about 5 minutes or so, it'll start to click in your brain and you'll get back on the horse.
I think there should be practice levels, and it doesn't even need to be a practice level. Just have an optional beginner level that's repeatable. For you to be able to do for that.
Good too.
And I also think this is a big problem I have with RPGs. And I probably think that's probably one of the best parts to The Witcher 3 is when you load back into the game, it gives you a recap.
I love that. Yes.
So
yes.
I do think more games should do that. Now, not exactly like The Witcher, because obviously they're not all as narrative driven as The Witcher, but just catch you up, give you a highlight reel of, it's like, where am I? What am I doing again? You're like, show me the last 3 bosses I killed and where I saved. You know, the overview on the thing is like dum dum dum. You know, like would you watch like an anime? It shows like, you know, the recap of what's happened
previously on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, like that kind of like highlight reel, because like it would be very easy to do because there's major beats for most games, irrelevant of how open it is and all like that. Like again, bringing back to Elden Ring as a more recent example of an open world game, just a quick highlight of the last 3 bosses slain will tell you, oh, right, yeah, I done this and then this and this. Yeah, I was going that way. You know, is it something like that? Or, you know, in any of these other games, what levels did you complete? Things like that to kind of catch you up. Between that and the tutorial level, you can jump straight back in. But I do agree with you, Rebecca. I think that is something that a lot of games should do as a kind of a refresher to get you to jump back in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I forgot about the that Witcher 3 thing, and to tell you, I booted up Witcher 3 yesterday because I haven't played it since like January, and I was like, where am I? And then like the narrative was like, Geralt is looking for a really ugly baby, and I'm like, oh, okay, I remember what I have to do now. And then with that very short Geralt is looking for an ugly baby description, all the memories of what I had previously done from the past couple of months or whatever just came back to my head, and like. It's crazy how our brains work and how just narratively that all that kind of stuff works. The
last stage, you are awake. The giants started roaming the land. This recent age, the dead have been brought to war with this new house encroaching on their territory. Yes.
Yeah.
Something similar to that. Very easily done, especially with the story, because there will have to be synopsises of each particular part of the story. So something like that would be fantastic. And it could be very specific to you, because like there could be particular things on what, like, let's say the last boss you beat or something, you know, when last you awoke, you had slain blah, 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 you know, this kind of, it's easy done.
Like if you first start your journey as a vampire, and then you come back to it and like the tutorial level or whatever, or the intro for the vampire character, it should be like for the recap narrative or something, it should be something like God, what is it? You awake to the pain of a new existence, a dark womb of like dankness and despair, or whatever the hell Kane says in the first 5 seconds of awakening and
pain of a new existence in a dark womb of darkness and decay.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, that is going on my card. If there is a profile card of anything, that's going on, and it has to. Like give me that. Give me like even little flourishes of that. Like I'm stuck on this Witcher idea of yours now. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, The Witcher. I think maybe for Deadhaus, like for the players that are coming back into the game, give us a little pop-up narrative, like in The Witcher 3, where it says yada yada yada, ugly baby or whatever. And while it's doing that, give us screenshots of like maybe autosave checkpoints or something within the games that or a boss that you killed, or a specific moment of you getting the health potion or drinking the blood, or, you know, your little journey as a character for a vampire or wraith or whatever. As well as some little flower narrative or something. Wasn't it Nopropter? It's like, Nopropter, I knew him well. Well, not really.
Yeah. Enter game, you know, it's like cool stuff like that would be really neat. And with that, our narrative on this podcast is wrapping up. And thanks for listening, everybody. And we'll see you in the next one. And bye. No, outro. But no, I've been Calypso, and you can follow me on social media. And of course, thanks for checking out. You can check out Deadhaus Sonata at deadhaus.com. You can check out Deadhaus Sonata at Deadhaus Game on Twitter and Instagram. And you can follow me, Calypso, on Twitter at Necrolibriatus. I'm also on Twitch at Calypso694. You can follow Faceless Mike at The Faceless Mike on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube. Don't forget to follow us, Deadhaus Whispers, on YouTube. If you Google anything Deadhaus Sonata, you can find me on YouTube. Also, I show up. And
if you go to YouTube and put in Deadhaus Sonata after the official stuff, you find Calypso.
Yes, so
it's literally the second tab on the second bit on the search.
Outro is overrated. Just leave. Okay, bye everyone. No, and with all that, yes, don't forget to check out Deadhaus Sonata on the Discord, guys. Join us as a community. Join the forums. Give your feedback on the forums. Go watch the demo videos. The demo is pretty awesome. There's telekinesis now. It looks really cool.
And don't forget, you can join up as well.
Yep. Don't forget to check out a supporters pack if you wish. $30 is the lowest tier. Not that bad.
But I think, don't forget, that's for now.
Mm-hmm.
This will eventually be available to everyone.
Yes.
Eventually.
2 years go by. No. But yeah. So thank you for checking us out. Thank you for listening. If you guys are listening to this on Spotify, thanks for following. And thanks for subscribing if you're watching this on the Deadhaus Whispers YouTube. And we will see you guys in the next one.